Hey y'all, hey, look, I can be in a different area now. We got the patio set up. Mom's got all the beautiful little gardens over here, and eventually I'll put you back in my room, but I figure you've been in my room for the last two times, and although it's now set up, so next time we'll have a place, but I figured I got space and I'm home alone today, and it's still a little daylight out, so might as well make use of it. So, and I'm currently looking at the hot air balloons over to my left going up at sunset, and I swear I want to do that so bad. It is on the bucket list for this year. It is on the bucket list. So with that said, I just wanted to check in because it's been a little while, and now that I can, I might as well do it. I went the other night. You guys all probably follow me on all the different social platforms, but since like everyone's not on Snapchat, and I'm a Snap whore, if you don't know, follow me on Snapchat, because I literally, unless you don't want to watch me sing and dance to myself all fucking day long, because that's basically all I snap. It's like all the stuff I used to film for the vlogs and not put in the vlogs. Yeah. So anyways, it was a really awesome last week. Hold on. This is going to be a direct upload, so you're going to get all the in-betweens, but sorry, my 600-pound life or whatever the fuck's playing on my TV is like blaring. I'm like, not the greatest backtrack noise. So anyways, it's been a couple of weeks. My mom has moved in. She moved in last week. We got all the stuff settled and the apartment's moved in. It's fucking feels amazing. I already said that before, that it felt amazing, but it really feels amazing even living together, and we're learning our tango and the process and the balance with each other, and she's learning how to be a little bit less assertive with people and learn how to establish more boundaries and be a little bit more cautious about who she lets in her sectors, and I'm trying to do the opposite and like break down the walls and allow more people into my world. So the two of us can really learn a lot from each other, and I swear the woman always knows where I'm coming from. I could tell her nothing at all or everything, and it's like she knows the same amount. It's crazy. It's crazy. My mom is a total empath, and she's a total just mom, but that helps. But she just always is on the money, and she always knows what's going on with me. Like I said, if I tell her, I don't. So I am still figuring it out and finding my way, but what I wanted to say was that I went paddle boarding, which was fucking amazing. I reunited with Kaylee, which I've talked about before, and I'm going to continue to pull my shirt because, one, I'm me, and I'm always neurotically adjusting myself. If I have to look at myself, then I see myself, and the struggle remains real. So you'll get to watch me fidget. But welcome to the day of the life of. I'm always fidgeting. If you meet me in person, always fidgeting. So, and I'm a hell of a lot better now than I was before, so the struggle was real. So I went paddleboarding for the full moon. Actually, rewind, for the new moon, my mom actually was like, hey, I want you to go to this group with me and her friend Rose. It's for like Moon Sisterhood group, and I was like, well, that sounds kind of cool, but like I don't know about that, but like okay. So I went, and it was really like the coolest thing. It was like a bunch of women that were just like trying to encourage and grow together and honor the new moon, and it was a new moon in Leo, and I really do like horoscopes and like learning all the different balances, and I totally forgot that I'm a double Virgo, so no wonder why I'm so fucking neurotic and analytical and crazy, to say the least. But so anyways, I went to that, and that was interesting and totally unplanned, just off the, you know, like whatever, off the wing, when my mom picked me up. And then a few weeks later, the full moon happened, or a week and a half, or however long it was. And then my friend Kaylee was like, hey, you want to go paddleboarding? There's a full moon yoga paddleboard thing or whatever. And it turned out to be a very intimate, like just 2 or 3 of us with like going out. And it was like the most perfect night, the best moon. The pictures and the video didn't even do it any justice. The moon was like orange when we came around the corner, and it was crystal clear. By the end of it, the fog had moved in, and you could see a lot of it. Sorry for all the background noise. I moved next to a fucking field, so there's people playing soccer, I think, right now. Yes. So there was that, and then but the full moon, like when we came around, we went through the marina, and I'd never been paddleboarding before, terrified, and we were also in the harbor of San Diego, so like to me, I'm like, oh, sharks could get me, but like I know it's the harbor, I know, but like still it's too close for comfort to the ocean. But I went and pushed through and didn't fall once, And I even stood, thankfully, I appreciate Kaylee for promoting me to get up and stand up for your rights. Couldn't pass it up. So I did that, and then that was just another mind-blowing experience. Now granted, I've noticed this like toggle between when I have these really high ups, the downs, what comes up must come down. So I've definitely had that limbo here the last few weeks with the moons and stuff, and I'm always tied into the moon. And then actually this past weekend, which so last week Monday was the full moon, and then over the weekend there was a meteor shower for like 3 days or something. It was like everywhere. You probably saw it, and I've never watched one. And there's actually a solar eclipse coming like next Monday, which I'm like, fuck, I hope I can go see, but it's like literally in the middle of the work week, so I mean in the middle of the work day, so I don't know. But I've never seen a solar eclipse, even though Chelsea was getting on me about I need to wear glasses, which I know, safety first. So anyways, I went out. Chelsea was like, hey, let's go stalk some stars and let's go watch a meteor shower. And we're gonna have this little like total little girl trip and like have our little sister time and whatever, because her birthday is actually today. Shout out to Chels, happy birthday. If this goes up, I don't fucking know. But my soul sister Ginger lady, and she invited me to go out, so it was just gonna be us. And then when I got there, Ray, her fiance, wanted to go, and we were like, you can't cash in on a girls trip, this is our thing, we're doing it, I mean, you could come, but like you better shut up and be happy. And then so he was like, well, let me go get my friend and we can take the bikes out. And I was like, when I drove up to her house, I thought when I saw the bike, I was like, God, it's been a while since I've been on the motorcycle. But, you know, whatever, the thought passed, and like that was that. Like, I didn't really think anything more of it. And then he said that, and I was like, yes, yes. And she was like, Gina's not gonna just get on the back of anybody's motorcycle. And I was like, yes, I will. I mean, you guys know him. I wouldn't like just straight up be like a stranger walking down the street, be like, hey, you, let me ride on your motorcycle. But, you know, carpe diem, I didn't really know Ray that well when I got on his motorcycle, so like, what's the difference? So anyways, I did that, totally embraced it, let go of my arms, and I was like, felt so proud of myself that I was just doing this on the bike the whole time. And I was like, yeah, we're like, me and Chelsea were like dancing back and forth to each other, because she's like, doesn't give a fuck, because she's always on the back of Ray's bike. And I'm in love with motorcycles. If I could fucking have one, I wouldn't have one, but I want someone else to ride me around on one. Next suitor. I'm just kidding. But so we go out, and it was like the most beautiful sky. It was pitch black. I saw 3 fucking shooting stars at once, and then I saw like 2 other ones, and they saw a couple other ones, but I kept checking my Snapchat and texting, so Chelsea was like, get the fuck off your phone, you wouldn't miss it, whatever. And then we ended up having to go back, because it got really crowded and whatever, and we needed to get back because it was late. And so it was so cool being out there, and then also like the drive in and whatever, and just so liberating and so amazing. Again, unexpected, unplanned. I mean, we were gonna go see the stars, but we were just driving out there, and like we were gonna go to a completely different spot, blah. But carpe diem, we were going with the flow, doing what's coming, whatever. And so then on the way back, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I am fucking gonna stare at the sky, because if I could see a shooting star while I'm on the back of a motorcycle, I'm like, that's fucking amazing. So I have like my music blasting in my ears, and I'm like dancing, and we're like laughing at each other, like whatever, doing whatever. It's pitch black outside, you know, because we're like out super far east so that we can see the stars. And if I would have saw me on the fucking freeway, I'd have been like, this girl's fucking insane, because I literally was like laid all the way back and was just like with my hands out, just laying just on the back of a motorcycle as far back as I could go, with my head totally parallel, just watching. I didn't see a shooting star. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards for me in that moment, but it was so liberating to just have my music in my ears. At one point my headphones flew out, and they were just perpetually smacking the shit out of me in the face, but I didn't fucking care, because it was like, to sit underneath that many stars, it's one of the most liberating feelings. I love going camping for that reason, just being so remote, and so it just puts all things into perspective, like how much we make so big of a deal about certain things that are so stupid and so little, because we're just these little tiny energy beings amongst an entire world of energy and stars and vibrations, that we're just so fucking small. And then coincidentally, all the things that we go through and deal with and process are also so very small. But we as humans have a way of perpetuating and making things so much bigger than they need to be, which, you know. So being under the stars really gives me that like centered feeling, just like staring at the moon, just like being sun soaking. It's like earth elements. I'm such an earth child and moon child, and I just love nature, as you guys know. So I just felt so grounded, and I just having all of that and just a sea of black above me and around me and the air hitting my face, it was like so amazing. I woke up with bruises on my back from the fucking metal thing going into my back, up from the back seat thing. But it was, again, something so unplanned, and we just rolled with it, and it was an amazing memory. And she, of course, was just like telling me she was so happy to have me, and that we can share these like bonds. And I got my wave ring so I can ride the wave. You know, always remember, ride the motherfucking wave, Gina. Ride the wave. And that's what I was saying about what goes up must come down, is because with all these highs and all this great energy and things that I've experienced, on the flip side, I have experienced a lot of lows. It's been a very complicated month for me. I think I started to process a different layer of grief that I hadn't really gotten to, or just maybe it was a window of time, and just coincidentally of all the events lining up and different things being like coincidental or like coexisting at the same time, or whatever, and all the shifts that were happening, because I probably had some of my saddest moments since I've been here in the last week, but I also was very overwhelmed with so many feelings from not just one source, or like my ex and my past relationship and that sort of thing, like just all across the board of changes and growing. I decided to listen to I went and saw a psychic 2 months ago, and I decided to listen to the CD. I thought I remembered it all, but it was so amazing how much I have forgotten, and how much for me that situation in that session was so on point, and especially listening to it back and just reminding myself of the journey that I'm on and what I need to stay aware of and present, and how much as soon as I'm scared or uncomfortable, I shift right into being in control and more of an aggressive force, or just jumping to conclusions, or being irrational, or being reactive, and instead of just being present and just feeling it out, and letting it be okay that it is exactly what it is, good, bad, and indifferent. If I need to cry, I need to cry. If I'm upset, I can be upset, but I don't have to like do anything with that energy. I can just let it be and ride the wave, ride it out, let it be. And there's so much beauty in stillness, and I really am here right now in this moment to learn that. And I know I've said that before, but this exact moment is about being still, being completely content with exactly what is, not needing to push the envelope, because now we're all moved in. I've got a job and I'm settled into the job. My boss was just gone for a week, so it wasn't a lot going on, but he was so grateful and thankful for me and appreciative, and he's not an easy one to please, so that was nice. And just the dogs are getting comfortable, everybody's adjusting, and we're finally getting into this flow. And if I know anything from yoga, it's the flow. You work up and you build up your steps and your poses and your practice to then be able to flow and flow through. You don't work up all these skills and assets, and this is funny because it's the first time these thoughts are coming, like, it's just a totally fluid moment right now. You work up these poses and postures to then flow in a solid movement, and that becomes the essence of your journey, your process, your meeting at the mat, you just showing up even in the world. It's like we go through and we build all these blocks up, and then once we have what we built, we're like, okay, now what? And instead of just basking in the glory of, look at what I just made, this is so amazing, I can be still, now I'm content, I have everything that I need, I don't need to continue to like build or grow or find, I don't need to have someone or something or whatever it is next to me as much as I think I do or don't or whatever. So it's beautiful just learning how that process, and learning how to be still, and learning how to just continue to smile and push the boundaries, meet new people. I'm still rocking it and killing it in that direction. I know I definitely need to like adjust drinking so much, but we'll get there. We're getting there. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna rock this until I get into my 30s, and then just like once I turn 30, like figure that out. Not that it's like ridiculous, but I do know that for, especially if I want to lose the like extra pounds that I got, definitely the sugar from alcohol is not helping me. But you know, everyone's got their vice, and I still enjoy going out and socializing, and I'm gladly not consuming how I used to. So progress, but staying totally present and aware of my mind, body, and spirit, and what I feed myself, and also how much energy I exert outwards. And I want to take care and love everyone and give everybody the benefit of the doubt and give people all these chances and give all these people all of my energy and all of my love. But I have to be very careful with where I'm putting this stuff, because I am so delicate and sensitive. Even though I try to act so hard and tough and strong, I am strong, but I'm very vulnerable and very sensitive and very fragile. So I can become very consumed or depleted very quickly if I'm not replenishing, you know, back in. I keep telling people this like thing about the bank accounts. I don't know if I've said it in these videos before, but as far as if you're always making withdrawals from a bank, if you think about your life as a bank account or yourself as a bank account, if you're always making withdrawals and giving to others and doing and never depositing, you're always going to be operating off of a negative balance, and you're not serving anybody, including yourself. Like, you're literally, then that's when everything goes haywire. All the like fees start hitting, all the things start going backwards and sideways in whatever direction, and everything goes out of control. And that's how life is. It's like, if we don't continue to pour in and just self-love, self-dedication, feed ourselves, and also have things outside that are feeding us, but most importantly feeding ourselves, then we become like this negative energy that's so consumed. What, you want to be in the video? So consumed because we don't have anything to operate off of. Ray Bay wants to say hello. Say, I really like living with my grandma. My grandma loves me. The other day, when they came home, the treat jar was eaten and all the treats were gone, and Bella got in trouble. Haha, golden child, yeah. My mom was like, I swear it wasn't raining. And I was like, how do you know? How do you know? Oh, thank you for that. Nice ending. So that's all I wanted to update you guys on. I know all you guys probably follow me and see all this, but like, you can see me, I guess, or just to keep it fluid, or the ones that aren't on Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram, and because I got all those fucking bases covered, because that's another thing I got to learn how to like kind of balance how much I exert and put out there versus how much I keep for myself. I do really enjoy sharing everything, and I have so much to give. I mean, how much I talk to people, and like, I went from not really socializing with anybody for the last forever, and like getting back to people really doing anything, to like having like 16 different ongoing text snap conversations with people, or in and out conversations, and also then my friends like here in real life, and also just like trying to feel out any kind of relationship areas and things like that. But it's so interesting because it's definitely a learning curve, but I really enjoy it, and I'm enjoying, like, it's like kind of like a dance, like finding my rhythm and finding my groove, and I feel like I'm getting stronger and smarter and more self-aware and just more confident and comfortable in everything that I am, and I'm really excited to see where the journey takes me and what happens, and I can't wait to be in Maui next month. We're gonna be there for, I thought it was 2.5 weeks, but it's 13 days, but still not complaining. Chelsea's gonna come out for a week, so I'll get my best friend there, and we're gonna like, I've never really partied for my birthday, so like, we're gonna go out and go dancing and like get drunk, be reckless fools, and just be like two wild childs on Maui. And we were gonna actually go skydiving. She was like, yeah girl, I'll go with you, and then we realized you can't skydive on Maui. Like, you have to go to another island, which we're not doing. But me and her are gonna skydive. I already signed up and promised her that we're gonna do it, so we're gonna do it. And she's totally down to do it, so fucking right. I'd love to go, and I mean, I would have never said that before. It's one of my biggest fears, but you know what? Push it outside the box. Fuck the box, outside the box. Live it, learn it, love it. I wish that the world was a happier place and there wasn't so much tragedy going on right now. I can't not say that with everything that's going on in the world. It breaks my heart to see so much hate, as always, and just all the shit that consumes people, and also people defending hate. I don't care what you believe in or what you think or whatever, like, hate is hate, and whenever we start bashing each other, hurting each other, or going after each other, it's never positive. I'm all about self-love and love is louder, and just promoting positivity and promoting awareness, promoting peace. That's what's important within yourself, within the world. That's what we're here to do. We're here to love and share with each one of each other, learn from each other, grow from each other, grow within ourselves, and just be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. And we're all doing the best we can. So take it easy on yourself, take it easy on each other. Remember to love yourself, remember to breathe, remember to get outside, try something new every single fucking day, every day, small, large, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Change your routine, change something, try something different. You never know who you are, or what you may like, or when your interests change. I mean, I would have never thought I'd be on the back of a motorcycle or paddleboarding or going to sisterhood groups or like any of the things that I'm doing right now. I wouldn't have thought that I would love living with my mom. Like, what? So, I mean, just life is a journey, life is a balance, and we all get stuck telling ourselves what we think we are, believe in, or don't like, or do like, and sometimes we trap ourselves in that box. So let yourself out, let your inner child play, be who you are. When you were an adolescent, you had no cares and no restraints and no all these parameters and things that we put on ourselves and labels, and we were just free to be. That's what we all need to remember. So anyways, long enough, good enough for an update. So peace out. I love your faces, and tell me below if you want to like have any questions or want to see me talk about anything. I mean, you guys, like, I probably don't know if I'll continue doing this or how often I'll do it or if I'll get sidetracked, but for now, when and if I think about it and have time, hello, I'll show up and say hi and that I love your faces. So I love your faces. And oh, we have another visitor just in time to say goodbye. Yes, the other cutie. This is Bella. Yeah, his mom's dog. So say bye, Bella. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, because most of you aren't, because I only have like 1,000 subscribers because I could never get on the Ace and G channel. But whatever, the past is gone. Let it go. Peace the fuck out. Moving forward. Don't look back. It's okay if you glance backwards, but don't stare backwards, because that's how you run into things or trip or fall. Or so they tell me.